Most people saw him as a shadow, just a man with a mop in his hand. 12 years ago, Elijah Wood spent his nights cleaning the floors of the Sterling Plaza skyscraper. His world smelled of bleach and cheap coffee, and his entire life was packed into one old backpack. While the elite architects of New York headed to expensive restaurants, Elijah was just starting his real work. He wasn't just cleaning offices, he was hunting for knowledge. He would scavenge through trash cans for failed sketches stained with latte and carry them back to his cramped basement in Brooklyn, where water constantly leaked from the ceiling. Those scraps became his university. He studied the resistance of materials and aerodynamics while his neighbors watched TV. The turning point came on a freezing Tuesday. The firm was working on Project Oasis, a building destined to be a legend, but a calculation error meant the foundation couldn't withstand the groundwater pressure. A multi-million-dollar contract was falling apart. That night, while wiping down the CEO's glass desk, Elijah saw the blueprints spread out. His brain, sharpened by years of nocturnal study, found the solution instantly. With a trembling hand, he picked up a red marker and drew a small spiral in the corner of the diagram, adding a note: create negative pressure through a drainage cone. Give the water space, and it will stop pushing. The next morning, the office was in chaos. The founder, Arthur Sterling, instead of shouting about the defaced blueprints, stared in silence at the red spiral. Who did this? He thundered. When security footage showed a young man in a blue uniform, Sterling personally walked down to the staff locker rooms. Elijah was fired from the cleaning crew within 5 minutes. An hour later, he was sitting in a junior engineer's chair. The path wasn't easy. Colleagues with Ivy League degrees called him the janitor for years, but he didn't care. He knew the structure of buildings as if he could feel them in his bones. 10 years past. On the banks of the Thames in London, the grand opening of the Tower of Light, the world's most sustainable skyscraper, took place. When the architect stepped onto the stage, the crowd saw a man in a perfectly tailored suit, whose hands still bore the faint calluses of manual labor. Elijah didn't talk about investments or technology. Instead, he pulled an old, yellowed work glove from his pocket, one he had kept from the old days. This glove reminds me that every foundation starts in the dirt, he said, looking straight into the cameras. The world won't just give you a place under the sun. You have to build it yourself, even if your only tool is a pencil scavenged from someone else's trash. Today, the name Woods is etched in steel and concrete across the globe. He proved that it doesn't matter where you start your day, in a basement or a penthouse. All that matters is what you see when you look at a blank sheet of paper.